What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about Montana Knife Company, Speedgoat Ultra, and a couple of the other Ultra models. Just kind of giving you a quick comparison video of that versus this versus the original that I had, the 1.0. So we're going to be talking about all of these today, guys. What's the difference? Which one you might want? What fits your needs a little bit better. But all of those things, guys, I do want to remind you that I appreciate each and every one of you for coming onto the channel, subscribing to the YouTube channel, going over and listening to the podcast, or listening here on YouTube when I have guests on every Saturday as we put that out. Also, guys, once we hit 6,000 subscribers, don't forget we're going to be doing a giveaway where I give away a Leupold spotter, a 65 millimeter brand new Gen 2 spotting scope for you, shipped right to your door. I haven't even opened the box. It is brand spanking new. I'm excited to get that to one of you guys before hunting season, hopefully, and let's get after that. So go over and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate that support. Drop any comments, any questions you may have as I'm going through this video. Again, this is going to be a very brief overview. I'm not going to dive way into the weeds because I have gone over the specs on each of these knives in a separate video, and also on Montana Knife Company's webpage, they go over each of the specs as far as length, blade shape, all of that. We'll go over the basics here, and then of course you can check out the rest either in another video or online. I'll leave the link down below. So a couple things here, guys. First and foremost, this was the Speedgoat 1.0. I don't know if you can find them on their website right now. I believe it's simply the 2.0 that you can find. But this is the 1.0 Speedgoat. I took the paracord off because it was nasty, gunky. And I'll talk to you a little bit more about what my plans are for that. But it comes paracord wrapped, super lightweight. Let me pull up actually the weights for you guys. I'll do very basic weights versus, let's see here, Speedgoat 2.0. Okay. Awesome. So there is no more Speedgoat 1.0 on the MKC website, but the Speedgoat 2.0 is going to be roughly similar size and weight. So this one is the 1.0 again with paracord wrap. It will be, let's see here, 1.7 ounces, more or less, 1.7 ounces. So less than 2 ounces. Man, that's a lot of knife for less than 2 ounces. Also, this one does not have, so the differences, and I'll point these out here a little bit later too, on what the 1.0 doesn't have versus the 2.0. And then this is the 1.0 in MagnaCut. Let's see here. Okay. So we've got the 52-100 ball bearing steel right here in the 1.0. They do offer this type of steel in the 2.0 as well. And then you've got the 1.0 in the MagnaCut. This is the first Phorm Outdoors edition. These handles are prototype handles. So I've got a buddy that is making handles currently for the 2.0 Speedgoat 2.0 and the Stoned Goat 2.0. We'll get into that in another video as well. But I have these prototypes here of the 1.0. And I really like this blade with hard handles. I like paracord. It's awesome. It gives really good grip. It's lightweight. But I'm not one to count ounces. And I honestly like the feel in my hand a little bit better of having a hard handles. Anyway, again, we'll get into that shortly. And then we have the Speedgoat Ultra. Okay, so we'll go over some of those. What do we have here versus the 1.0s and how this is very similar to 2.0s. Again, the specs, guys, essentially overall length of these blades. So overall length from tip to tail is 7 7/8 inches. Blade length, so from where the blade starts to the tip, is 3 3/4 inches. The blade thickness is 0.095 inches and 1.7 ounces with the paracord wrapping. Reminder on that, paracord wrapping. And again, they offer the 52-100 Parkerized or MagnaCut. Okay. Now let's go over some of the differences, and then I'll talk to you about the Ultra. But this has some of the 2.0 features, such as you can see here versus here. This has an extended finger guard out there. I want to say they are essentially the same length. It might be a little bit longer. They're essentially the same length there. Same width. So on the 2.0, they changed a couple of the cutouts here on the inside on the 2.0, and they extended this out a little bit more, so it's more of a finger guard for you not to slide up whenever you're cleaning an animal. Again, I feel like that one provided a good amount there, but it's always nice to have a little bit more of a guard if you're going to be messing around with slippery things like blood when you're cleaning an animal. So there are the 1.0s. Again, Magna Cut steel versus Parkerized 52-100. This one is going to sharpen very easily. This Magna Cut steel, I feel like personally it cleans and is easier to maintain. Cleans easier, especially when you get fat and things on it from an animal. I feel like this cleans a lot easier and is easier to maintain than 52-100, but this will sharpen better. So it kind of depends on what you're wanting as far as the steels go. Again, those are offered in the Speedgoat 2.0 as well, the two different offerings. Right now, if you go to the website, there is the orange and black Speedgoat 2.0 in Magna Cut still available. So definitely check out the link down below for that. Now we're going to go over the Speedgoat Ultra. So for a while, we were wanting the hard-handled Speedgoat, right? Now people are making scales for them, etc. But this Speedgoat Ultra came out last year, just before my elk hunt, or the last bits of my elk hunt. So we'll go over the features here. It's got a lot of the features of the Speedgoat 2.0, like we mentioned here with this extended finger guard. But they added these beautiful carbon fiber scales. And let's see what this is here. Okay, oh, and it is a little bit thicker. I did not realize that. So here we go. From top to bottom here on the Ultra, we've got the Magna Cut stainless steel, full tang construction, 7 7/8 inches tip to tail, 3 5/8 inches blade length. Blade thickness is 0.100 inches, so 0.100 inches thick. And then carbon fiber handles. So guys, these things are beautiful. They really are. But they are also very thin. So this blade that I'm going to hold up here is not a Speedgoat, but it is very similar and also paracord wrapped. So we're going to use it as an example. But that is the difference there between paracord and the carbon fiber. So honestly, I think the carbon fiber is actually a little bit thinner than the paracord is in the hand. Again, showing them here side by side. Trying to get the camera to focus on these blades here. But I think the carbon fiber is a little bit thinner. So very thin profile. If you want a beefier grip, this is definitely not the knife for you. The Ultra series that they have between this and the Stone Goat Ultra. But it's beautiful. The carbon fiber is amazing. And if you're into collecting it, or hopefully you're using your Montana Knife Company knives, this does have some grippiness to it. So this, I don't know what they did to the carbon fiber here, but it is grippy. Obviously adds a little bit of weight compared to the paracord, but beautiful blade. So there you go. Those are the main differences, guys. I will link down below my buddy's site so that you can go and check out getting some handles. If you have the Speedgoat 2.0 coming soon, the 1.0s, and the Stone Goat 2.0, you can get your handles. Also, he has some handles for the Mini 2.0. So the Mini Speedgoat 2.0, we can talk about that as well. Either way, guys, there's the comparison. So I'll just kind of throw this up here too for comparison of paracord versus carbon fiber versus my buddies. I'm trying to hold 3 blades together. There we go. So if you like it beefier, check these out. If you like it thinner, definitely the carbon fiber is worth it. And if you like paracord, that you can either rewrap the paracord whenever you get it gunky, or you can just continue using it and wash it. Go with the paracord. Saves you some weight. If you're an ounce cutter, the paracord is definitely going to help out with that. So there you go, guys. What questions do you have in regards to the Ultra versus the 1.0 versus the 2.0? MagnaCut, carbon, 52-100 steel. Let me know. Let me know down below. Check it out down below. Also, guys, do not forget, you can go check out the Montana website, Montana Knife Company website down below for any other questions you may have on specifics as far as weights, measurements, lengths, etc. Go check them out down below. Use that link, and you can go get your Speedgoat 2.0 right now. There's still some available, so definitely go check that out. And last but not least, don't forget to get entered in to the Leupold Spotter giveaway. No purchase necessary. All you have to do is go down to the link down below, check out the link, fill out your information so I know how to get in contact with the winner. And once we hit 6,000 subscribers, we will give away that brand new 65mm spotter to one of you lucky guys or gals to get for your hunt. So you definitely want to get entered in on that. Again, no purchase necessary. Check it out. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And like I always say, get out, live your life, and love it.